In this episode of Anna Gare's Cab Fare, I meet Greg, a driver from Newcastle with a heart of gold. I cook up Greg's delicious vegan bolognese inspired by his daughter and whip up some magic meringues with a secret ingredient. Later, I join Greg and his family at home to get the final verdict. What a gorgeous little recipe. Cheers to naughtiness. Yay! I'm Anna Gare. As a cook, I spend a lot of time getting in and out of cabs. I love meeting cab drivers from all around the world, collecting their recipes and then cooking it up for the whole family to enjoy. I'd love you to try. Join me for Anna Gare's Cab Fare.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hello, Anna. I can see here you're going to Church Street.
That's me.
Put your seatbelt on and off we go. So, are you having a nice day, Anna?
I certainly am. Beautiful weather. Newcastle's really turned it on for us.
Yeah, it's a nice place, Newcastle. I've been up here for about 8 years and it's the best thing we've ever done as a family.
Where did you come from before that?
We were living in Dungog, which is about 75k northwest of here. It's a farming community, but it's a really nice part of the world. We had a beautiful place and...
What did you farm?
We had beef cattle and we also had some organic foods, sold vegetables and tried to be more organic in lifestyle and...
So do you like to cook?
Asian-oriented.
Fantastic,
But,
especially in this climate.
My wife and particularly my daughter, she's now 14, Malika.
Gorgeous age.
And for quite a few years now, she used to come up to the school with me and we'd have a look at how they make various dishes, and she'd started getting an interest in food in a really interesting way because she loved the idea of organic, wholesome.
Oh, good on her.
And one weekend, we had an opportunity where her and I had a dad and daughter weekend. We went up to the Gold Coast and we went and looked at exploring organic restaurants. And
what a fantastic thing to do.
Just amazing because she blossomed. Not only that, she started getting into Instagram and Be Wholesome was her way of expressing how she saw food.
Oh, that is fantastic,
And
especially for a 14-year-old.
Well, she was only 12 when that started.
Oh, gosh.
Now she's really into health and fitness and things that I really am so proud of. As I said, I'm more of a balanced person.
That is so fantastic.
I have to say to you, Anna, that my food skills are really for me, but my daughter's skills is amazing, and I love eating her food. She has a vegan bolognese.
Oh, yeah. Can I write this down? Because
Yeah.
I love collecting recipes off my cab drivers.
Sure.
A vegan bolognese. Now, I don't have that in my little book here. Well, that was so much fun driving with Greg. And when I asked him for a recipe, I know he would love a good old steak, but he gave me his vegan daughter's spaghetti bolognese, and I can't wait to try it. It sounds fantastic. Now, he didn't start with onions and garlic, but every spaghetti bolognese for me has to start with onions and garlic. So I've chopped up one lovely big onion that's going to go into the pot, a little bit of olive oil. We're going to fry this off in a minute. Some crushed garlic. Gotta have onion and garlic in a bolognese. And then some herbs. I think herbs take cooking to the next level. They give it so much flavour. So I've got some thyme, just a few sprigs. And if you're lucky enough, you'd have your own herb garden at home. I've got some oregano here. You could use marjoram. You could use a little bit of rosemary. Now, we're just going to pop this on the stove and lightly fry it till it's lovely and soft to bring out lots of flavour. So to substitute the meat, all I'm doing is using lots of beautiful vegetables. I'm going to grate up 1 carrot and then 1 medium-sized zucchini. This is a lovely, healthy dish. A few mushrooms to make it nice and creamy. And we're just finally going to dice them. You know, most people freak out when they hear they've got a vegan coming for dinner, but it's really quite easy to cook food without dairy and without meat. Like, for example, with this Bolognese sauce, I'm using lentils instead of the beef, and I'm using all these beautiful other flavoured vegetables that are really going to give it good substance and taste. So the onions are lovely and flavoursome and soft and golden, so now it's ready to add the veg. I'm just going to pop in my carrot, zucchini and mushrooms. Give a little stir and just cook this for a few minutes to soften a little. It's looking so colourful. Who needs mince? And that's looking awesome. It's cooked down for a couple of minutes. Now all we add is a handful of cherry tomatoes. Greg likes to keep them whole, and I imagine they'll go pop in your mouth when you're eating it. A whole tin of chopped tomatoes, some fresh basil leaves. I always add my soft herbs towards the end. Lentils, straight out of the tin, just rinsed and drained. And then we're just going to add 1 cup of water, and that's a nice way of cleaning out your tomato tin. Stick it all in. Pinch of salt, pinch of pepper, and that's good to cook away for about 25 to 35 minutes. And now the fun's about to begin. We're going to do some spiralizing. Now, normally people would serve this on pasta, but because we're doing vegan, we're sticking with veggies and no eggs or dairy. We're going to spiralize whole zucchinis. Really simple. I just lop the end off, pop it into the spiralizer like so, and away we go. Gotta love that. And the most amusing bit is this bit. What do you do with this? I've baked these before with a little bit of feta on them, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to chop that up and add it to the sauce. So I'm doing about 4 zucchinis to serve 4 people. Now, die-hard veggies really like to eat this just raw with their sauce on it, but I love that succulent texture, just like spaghetti. So what I do is I steam it. If you boil it in water, it gets too watery, so steaming is the go. Oh, this is smelling amazing. It's ready. All we need to do now is pop some fresh spinach in, give it a little stir, and that's just going to wilt in the residual heat. It's ready. And we're ready to dish it up. Perfect pasta every time. So all we do now is we just pop some of this gorgeous zucchini pasta. Oh, look at that one, what a ripper. Into the bowl, spoon on some of this gorgeous sauce. Got to stick one of these juicy little cherry tomatoes on top because they're just too divine. Now, the one thing that's missing from this recipe is Parmesan, but I've got a great vegan alternative. So I've got 1/3 cup of blitzed cashew nuts here into a lovely fine mill. And then Greg's daughter used 1 tablespoon of the nutritional yeast into the sauce, but I'm adding it to the nut meal. Gives it wonderful flavour. And we just stir this together to create a faux Parmesan, and then we sprinkle over the top, and this will keep in the fridge for a few weeks or in the freezer for months. And there you have it. Greg, I hope you love it. So, Greg, what's it like being a taxi driver?
It's fantastic. I come from the corporate world, so I'm not a run-of-the-mill type taxi guy, but then again, I really appreciate what they do. But in my case, with my bit of background experience-wise, you know, it's just a natural fit. A mate of mine owns a couple of cabs, and one day we were talking, because I've been working from home. To tell you the truth, when everyone leaves and there's just the dog and me, after a while, I think the dog can talk English, but she never answers back. So I was getting bored. And my mate said to me, look, come and have a couple of shifts because I'm short of blokes. I was totally out of my comfort zone. But my whole life has been out of my comfort zone. So I got up on my first shift and I was hooked. I loved it. It was good fun. I met this lady who loved this story. I'm waiting at the cab rank and this lady comes up and didn't have a cane or a wheel trolley or anything like that, and she said, can you help me, love? I said, yeah, sure. And she had some vegetables in a big bag, and she'd been to Coles, put them in the bag, got in the car, and I said to her, been shopping? She said, yes, I've been shopping for my birthday. Oh, I said, isn't that fantastic? Shouldn't have, but I said, how old would you be? She had turned 100 that day. Unbelievable.
Oh, how gorgeous.
And she's so fit. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't charge her a fee for a birthday.
No, it was her birthday.
So I said, did you get a letter from the Prime Minister or the Queen? And she said, yes. And I said, isn't that great? And she said, oh, no, don't worry about them. So a taxi driver clearly is someone who has a pretty important role to play in many ways, not only to get people there safe and sound and on time and whatever, but, you know, they also have to help if they can on different issues, whatever they might be.
Everyone loves a fresh salad with a good bolognese. So I'm going to show you one of my favourites. This is my go-to salad when I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. It's full of lots of wonderful ingredients, starting with quinoa. Very groovy at the moment. 1.5 cups of cooked quinoa into the bowl. Now, I'm going to add some kale or cavolo nero, and basically we're just going to thinly slice this. So I'm just going to line a few of these little guys up. So we're going to finely shred cavolo nero. This gives it wonderful colour and texture, and it's so good for you. It's really easy to grow too. I've got loads of this at home. Now you can put anything you like really into this salad. I call it my detox salad. When you're feeling a little bit depleted and you walk past one of those juice stores, and I always order a good old apple, beetroot, ginger, carrot juice. Well, this salad is kind of a bit like that juice, but it's so much more satisfying because you can eat it. Okay, we've got the kale that goes in there. Okay, we've got some spring onions. You could use red onions or salad onions. Basically, we're just going to chop these up fine. It's a bit of a chop salad. But it's one of those salads that when you eat it, you don't feel sort of full and weighed down. Into the bowls with the spring onions. Right, I love to use lots of herbs in this dish, so I've got some gorgeous mint out of the garden. When you chop mint, it's really easy to bruise it. I basically stack it all up and then do my chop thing. Just nice chiffonades. It's all these funny little tricks that you learn, but they really do make a difference. Into the bowl. It's raining mint. Okay, parsley. Flat leaf parsley is my favourite. Okay, now I don't remove the stalks. The stalks have so much flavour. Let's use it all. So we'll start at this end and we'll just chop those leaves up. Once again, I'm chopping once through it. I'm not sort of hammering it with my knife because it will go black. So in goes the parsley. Okay, now to the fun. I'm going to get out my grater, my favourite grater. I'm going to grate 1 carrot. I'm not even going to peel it. I've washed it. Just lose the end. And this is really great. Okay, in goes the carrots. And now for the apple. And that's going to bring a lovely sweetness to the salad. Core and all. Right down to the last bit so I don't get my finger. Okay, that goes in. 1 whole beetroot, which has been peeled, and I just grate that too. And it's just beautiful in a salad, freshly grated or parboiled and blitzed up and turned into like a beetroot horseradish dip, even roasted. In goes the beetroot. And now for the fennel. Now, I like to thinly slice my fennel, so I've got my mandolin here, another one of my favourite tools in the kitchen. So it's shavings of fennel. I use fennel in lots of my salads. I'm sort of addicted to it. And use it all the way down to the stalk. The stalk is delicious as well. And then when you end up with these little fronds, they can also go in the salad. Gorgeous. And then we're just going to give that a really good toss. I think I need to get my hands into this. I'm sure Greg won't mind. Now, I usually make a huge batch of this salad at the beginning of the week when my husband and I are trying to get skinny. And every time we get hungry, we just dig into this and it's really satisfying. That's looking gorgeous. This salad lends itself to any type of dressing, but today I'm doing my favourite. 1 part oil and then equal parts lemon juice. So half is the go. 1 teaspoon of honey and then a little bit of garlic. So sometimes I put ginger in, depending what I have on hand. Today I didn't have any, so garlic works beautifully as well. Pop on the lid, screw it nice and tight, give it a good shake, and it's ready to serve. Since you've been a taxi driver, are you more in love or less in love with the human race?
Always in love with the human race. And I love listening to their stories, you know, and having a laugh. You know, when I get in the cab, I actually enjoy the fact that it's my turn to get in the cab. I say hello, and we go from there. And, you know, you try to solve the problems of the world. And politicians talk about the pub test. Well, they should talk to taxi drivers because we hear all a bit about you know, the latest political gaffe.
You could write
whatever.
a book, I bet.
Yeah, and my wife suggests I might.
Oh, that's so gorgeous. I want to meet your family. I tell you what, how about I cook up this beautiful dish, Malika's dish,
Oh, yes.
and to surprise her and your wife.
Wow.
And then I'll bring you guys over a feast. I'll make sure you get served the most. But I'll bring her dish and maybe a few other vegan dishes that she can try and see if she wants to make.
That'd be really nice,
Yeah.
Anna.
This is what I do. I get recipes from
I'm
cab
not
drivers.
only getting the cab fare, but also I'm getting a real fare.
You are a food fair. Does the dog get a place at the table?
No, but she usually finds a way under.
It's been lovely chatting with you, Greg.
I hope you have a great day and I hope you enjoyed your trip.
I'm going to enjoy cooking this recipe and you're going to see me one day soon.
Okay, good on you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Anna.
Cheers. So I'm going to make these egg-free meringues and I'm using chickpea juice instead of the egg white. It's just fantastic. It's really viscous and you get the same result when you're making a meringue. I'm measuring out 1/3 of a cup of the chickpea juice. That goes into the bowl and then we just lower it down and go on high speed and whisk away until she all froths up. Woohoo! And we've got meringue. Wow, we have meringue out of chickpea juice. Just stunning. Look at that. Looks exactly the same. You'd never know. Now I'm just going to slowly add 1/3 of a cup of sugar, just like a meringue. Down she goes. Slowly. And some vanilla. And we're done. Look at that. Beautiful meringue out of chickpea juice. Who would have thought? I reckon the kids would fight over that too. All we need to do is spoon these little babies out and this mixture should make 6 gorgeous meringue nests. It's just so lovely and glossy, just like a meringue should be. And then we just make them into lovely little nests. And then we pop them into a 120 degrees oven for about an hour and a half, but you must let them cool off in the oven. Okay, I can hear you all at home saying, but what's she going to do about the cream? It's okay, because I've got it sorted. So I pop this in the fridge upside down, right? Follow me, follow me. And then I turn it up the right way and I open it. So this can of coconut cream has 78% coconut extract, and that's really important because it separates from the water component when it's in the fridge. So we can separate that nice and easily and whip it up. So here we have all the coconut fat on the top. So we just pop that into a bowl. Oh, look at that goodness. And we're leaving all that coconut water behind. In fact, I'm going to drink that. And then basically we just whisk it till it's lovely, smooth and creamy. Okay, that's lovely and smooth. Now we're ready to serve up. I just put a spoonful of this coconut cream on the top of each one. So the texture isn't quite as smooth as cream, but it's just as delicious, if not more delicious. And then I like to top with fresh raspberries, as many as you like. Now for the finishing touch, cook's privilege, some toasted coconut to pull it all together. And there we have it, vegan meringues. Who would have thought? Well, my basket's full of vegan treats for Greg and his family. Hope they like it.
Hi, Anna.
Hello, how are you?
You're going to come. It's fantastic.
Hi.
How are you?
I meant what I said. I'd
Good. Come on
love
in.
to cook for you.
Come and meet the family.
I'd love to. What a glorious, colourful house you have.
Thank you very much, Anna. Elizabeth is our designer here, does a fantastic job.
I can
This is our
hear
dog,
the...
Mango.
Hi, Mango.
And
Hello.
Fabian, say hello to Anna.
Hi, Fabian.
There's Malika, say hello.
Hi, Malika.
There's
I've heard a
my
lot
wife,
about you
Elizabeth.
and you
Hi,
too,
Anna. Nice to
about
meet you.
all of you. So I've made your recipe under your dad's instructions.
See, all this came out of
1 cab fare.
one cab fare.
Did Anna get a word in edgewise?
Well, actually, it was probably good for me to have a rest because usually other people can't get a word in. So, no, we were a good pair. But I'd love to feed you all. So I've got the foods all ready.
Oh, Anna, this is unbelievable. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Oh, I am so hungry. I'm looking forward to this today.
So, Malika, how do you feel about me making your dish? Your dad is giving away your recipe.
Looks amazing. I love it. I can't wait to eat it.
Great. Well, this is my detox salad.
Oh.
Detox.
It's sort of based on the juice you have. You know, when you're feeling a little bit shabby, you're a bit tired, you go to the juice shop and you often get beetroot and carrot and celery or kale, really nice things to lift you up. This is the food form of that drink, basically. So he said you serve it with the spiralized zucchini.
Yes.
But what a gorgeous little recipe. So, Malika, what do you think of my version of your dish?
It tastes so much better. It's like so much more flavour. I don't know, just so good. Yeah.
What do you do for flavour?
Well, all I did was, and I just can't help it, I just started off with a little bit of garlic and onion and sautéed that first.
Oh, okay, that's the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a start, it drives the whole family wild, the smell of it cooking, but it just gives it that little bit more sort of, flavour and creaminess. But such a gorgeous dish to cook, so thank you so much for sharing it. Right, let's get into these meringues.
Oh, yum.
So
We're
gorgeous.
spoiled here, Anna.
Do you often eat meringues?
When I've had dinner parties, I find this is a good sort of dessert to offer because everyone can put whatever they want on their own meringue.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
that's a
Just
nice
serve it up
idea.
into little bowls like some passion fruit, some raspberries, blueberries, and I'll put the vanilla cream sort of on the side.
Yeah.
That tastes so much better. Yeah.
Mum, we're going to
Like
make
the
this,
normal
we're gonna make
meringues.
this again.
So you can still eat naughty stuff even if you are vegan.
Yeah.
Life wouldn't be fun without the naughty stuff.
Right.
Cheers to naughtiness.
So good, Fabian?
I like the coconut.
I like it better than a normal meringue.
So do I.
Yeah.
Beautiful.